I produced The Junkies Christmas by William S. Burroughs as radio theater for the Burroughs Century Festival in January 2014. At that time, the cast, this same cast, was interested in adding another similar piece to the show, and The Last Words of Dutch Schultz was suggested. Last Words is a closet screenplay written by William S. Burroughs and published in 1970. It was not written to be filmed, perhaps read as a group, but screenplay, quote unquote, is really just a format for Burroughs' reimagining of the death of a gangster, with his life flashing before his eyes and all that. So for this psycho-radio drama presentation tonight, arranged for this new festival, the Wounded Galaxies Festival, I went back to the source material, the actual transcribed last words of Dutch Schultz. I also added the Cross the Wounded Galaxies final section of Burroughs' cut-up novel, The Soft Machine, partly because that's where the name of the festival comes from, and partly because why the fuck not? Intellectually speaking, this edition gave me an opportunity to recast Dutch and Burroughs on a larger, eternal, galactic scale. Also, certain themes in both pieces lined up and misaligned in some interesting and challenging ways, just like the universe is supposed to work. I also folded in some characters from other Burroughs writings, which shall go nameless for now because spoilers. So this whole thing is kind of a big cut-up, and even the aria you will hear about halfway in is itself a cut-up of the text we are performing. You are in very deep, my friends. Good luck and Godspeed.
October 23rd, 1935. Arthur Fleckenheimer, a.k.a. Dutch Schultz, a known mobster, is shot in a gangland assassination. Dutch was in the bathroom of the Palace Chop House in Newark, New Jersey, when he was gunned down by the Commission, shot in the chest and stomach at point-blank range. Surviving the shooting, at the hospital, Schultz was interrogated by police and his statements taken down by a Newark police stenographer, covering a period from about 4 o'clock Thursday afternoon until Schultz died. Schultz was irrational, mostly delirious but lucid at intervals, suffering from a fever of 106 degrees from a bullet in his gut. Detectives Hauser and O'Brien from Newark Police Headquarters were at his bedside, pumping him for names and information. O'Brien was reading the newspaper.
Has it been in any of the other papers?
Don't make no fool moves, George.
What have you done with him? Oh, Mama.
Oh, stop it. Stop it.
Oh, sure, Mama.
Now listen, Phil. Fun is fun.
please, Papa.
What happened to the 16?
Oh, he done it, please.
John, please. Oh, did you buy the hotel? You promised $1 million, sure.
Get out.
I wished I knew.
Please make it quick. Fast and furious. Please. Fast and furious. Please help me get out. I'm getting my wind back. Thank God. Please. Please. Oh, please. You'll have to please tell him. You got no case.
You get ahead with the dot dash system. Didn't I speak that time last night? Whose number is that in your pocketbook, Phil?
Who was it?
Oh, please, please. Reserve decision. Please, please. Henry and Frankie. Oh, dog biscuits. And when he is happy, he doesn't get happy. Please, please, to do this. Then Henry, Frankie, you didn't even meet me.
Across the wounded galaxies we intersect.
The glove will fit what I say. Okay, okay.
Sure, who cares when you're through?
How do you know this? How do you know this?
Well then, old Coco now thinks he's a grandpa again. He is jumping around.
No, hobo and pobo. I think he means the same thing.
Who shot you?
The boss himself.
He did?
Yes, I don't know.
What did he shoot you for?
I showed him, boss. Did you hear him meet me? An appointment. Appeal stuck. All right, Mother.
Was it the boss shot you?
Who shot me? No one.
We will help you.
Will you help me up?
Okay, I won't be such a big creep.
Oh, Mama, I can't get through with it. Please?
Oh, and then he clips me.
Come on, cut that out. We don't owe a nickel.
Hold it.
Instead, hold it against him.
I am a pretty good pretzler.
Oh, Winifred, Department of Justice. I even got it from the department.
Sir, please stop it.
Say, listen last night.
Don't holler. I don't want to holler.
What did they shoot you for?
I don't know, sir. Honestly, I don't. I don't even know who was with me, honestly. I was in the toilet, and when I reached the boy came at me.
Our poop is here.
The boy came at me.
The big fella gave it to you?
Yes, he gave it to me.
Do you know who the big fella was?
No, if he wanted to break the ring, no. Please, I get a month.
They did it.
Come on.
Fucker cut me off and says you are not to be the beneficiary of the will.
Is that right? I will be checked and double checked, and please pull for me.
Will you pull?
How many good ones and how many bad ones?
Please, I had nothing to do with him. He was a cowboy in the 7 days a week fight. No business, no hangout, no friends, nothing. Just what you pick up and what you need.
I don't know who shot me.
Don't put anyone near this check. You might have.
Please do it for me. Let me get up.
Yeah. In the olden days, they waited and they waited.
Please give me a shot.
It's from the factory.
Oh, sure, that's a bad. Well, oh, good already ahead. That happens for trying. Oh, I don't want harmony. I want harmony.
Oh, Mama.
Who give it to him?
Let me
Who give it to him?
Let me in the district fire factory. That he was nowhere near. It smoldered.
No. There were only 10 of us. And there were 10 million fighting somewhere of you. So get your onions up and we'll throw up the truce flag.
Oh, please let me up. Please shift me.
Police are here.
Communistic, strike baloney. Honestly, this is a habit I get. Sometimes I give it, and sometimes I don't.
Oh, I'm all in. That settles it.
Are you sure?
Please, let me get in and eat.
Let him harass himself to you and then bother you.
Please don't ask me to go there. I don't want to.
I still don't want him in the path. It's no use to stage a riot. The sidewalk was in trouble and the bears were in trouble and I broke it up.
Please put me in that room.
Please keep him in control. My gilt-edged stuff and those dirty rats have tuned in.
Please, Mother, don't tear. Don't rip. That is something that shouldn't be spoken about. Please get me up, my friends. Please, look out. The shooting is a bit wild, and that kind of shooting saved a man's life. No payrolls, no wells, no coupons. That would be entirely out.
Pardon me. I forgot I am plaintiff and not defendant. Look out for him.
Please, he owed me money. He owes everyone money.
Why can't he just pull out and give me control?
Please, Mother, you pick me up now. Please, you know me.
No, don't you scare me. My friends and I think I do a better job. Police are looking for you all over. Be instrumental in letting us know. They are Englishmen, and they are a type I don't know who's best, them or us.
Oh, sir, get the dollar roofing. You can play jacks, and girls do that with a softball and do tricks with it.
I take all events into consideration.
No, it is a no.
It is confused and it says no. A boy has never wept nor dashed 1,000 kim. Did you hear me?
Death needs time for what it kills to grow in for Ah Pook's sweet sake, you vulgar, greedy, stupid, ugly American death sucker.
Who shot you?
I don't know.
How many shots were fired?
I don't know.
How many?
2,000.
Come on, get some money in that treasury. We need it.
Come on, please get it.
I can't tell you to.
That is not what you have in the book.
Oh, please, Warden.
What am I gonna do for money?
Please put me up on my feet at once.
Oh, you are a hard-boiled man.
Did you hear me?
I would hear it. The circuit court would hear it, and the Supreme Court might hear it.
If that ain't the payoff.
Please crack down on the Chinaman, on the Chinaman's friends, and Hitler's commander.
I'm sore, and I'm going up, and I'm gonna give it to you, honey, if I can. Mother is the best bet, and don't let Satan draw too fast.
Like an agent. An agent who's come to believe his own cover story, but who's in there, hiding, in a larval state, just waiting for the time to hatch out.
What did the big fella shoot you for?
Him? John? Over $1 million? $5 million?
You want to get well, don't you?
Yes,
And lie quiet.
yes. I like quiet.
John shot, and we will take care of John.
That is what caused this trouble.
Look out.
Please let me up.
If you do this, you can go on and jump right here in the lake.
I know who they are. They're French people.
All right.
Look out. Look out.
Oh, my memory's gone.
Work relief police.
Who gets it?
I don't know, and I don't want to know. But look out. It can be traced.
She changed for the worse.
Please look out. My fortunes have changed and come back and went back since that. Was desperate.
I'm wobbly.
You ain't got nothing on him, but you got it on his helper. Control yourself.
But I'm dying.
No, you are not.
Come on, Mama. All right, dear, you have to get it.
This is Francis, host of Ixchel, the Spiderweb.
Then pull me out. I'm half crazy. They won't let me get up. They dyed my shoes. Open those shoes. Give me something. I'm so sick. Give me some water. The only thing that I want. Open this up and break it so I can touch you. Danny, please get me in the car.
Who shot you?
I don't know. I didn't even get a look. I don't know who could have done it. Anybody. Kindly take off my shoes.
They're off.
No, there's a handcuff on them.
The Baron says these things.
I know what I'm going to do here with my collection of papers. It isn't worth a nickel to two guys like you or me, but to a collector, it's worth a fortune.
It is priceless. I'm going to turn it over to you.
Turn your back to me, please. Henry, I'm so sick now.
The police are getting many complaints.
Look out. I want that G note. Look out for Jimmy Valentine, for he's an old pal of mine.
Come on, Jim.
Okay. I'm all through. Can't do another thing. Look out, Mama. Look out for her. You can't beat him. Please, Mama, Helen, Mother, please take me out. I'll settle the indictment. Come on, open the soap ducats, the chimney sweeps. Talk to the sword. Shut up. You got a big mouth. Please help me up, Henry. Max, come over here.
French Canadian bean soup.
I want to pay. Let them leave me alone.
Penny Arcade
Peep Show. Long process in different forms.
In the past, the muttering sickness
leaped into our throats.
coughing and spitting in the silver morning.
Frost on our bones. Most of the ape forms died there on the treeless slopes. Dumb animal eyes on me brought the sickness from white thyme caves. Frozen in my throat, to hatch in the warm steamlands.
Spitting song of scarlet bursts and egg flesh beyond the pass. Limestone slopes down into a high savanna. And the grass wind on our genitals came to a swamp fed by hot springs and mountain ice, and fell in flesh heaps, sick apes spitting blood laugh.
Sound bubbling and throats torn with the talk sickness.
Faces and bodies covered with pus foam, animal hair through purple sex flush.
Sick sound twisted through body.
Underwater music bubbling in blood beds.
Human faces tentative flicker in and out of focus.
We waded into the warm mud water.
Hair and ape flesh off in screaming strips stood naked, human bodies covered with phosphorescent green jelly, soft tentative flesh cut with ape wounds.
Peeling other genitals.
Fingers and tongues ripping off the jelly cover, body melting, pleasure sounds in the warm mud.
Till the sun went, and a blue wind of silence touched human faces and hair. When we came out of the mud, we had names.
In the past, muttering Arctic flowers, gusts of frost wind, bones, and most of the ape still felt. Invisible slopes, spitting the blood bends.
Human bones out of focus, and ape flesh, naked human body.
Caves frozen in my throat, green jelly genitals.
Limestone slopes cover our bodies, melting in savanna and grass mud.
Shit and sperm fed hot till the sun went.
The mountain touched human bubbling throats. Torn, we crawled out of the mud. Faces and bodies covered the purple sex flesh.
And the sickness leaped into our body.
Underwater music bubble in the silver morning frost. Faces tentative flicker in ape forms.
Into the warm mud and water slopes.
Cold screaming sickness from white thyme.
Covered with phosphorescent shed in the warm lands.
Spitting ape wounds.
Feeling egg flesh.
Green pleasure sounds warm our genitals. Blue wind of silence. Sound faces through pus foam. The talking sickness had names. The sound stood naked in the grass, music bubbling in the blood.
Quivering frog eggs and sound through our throats and swap. We had names for each other.
Tentative flicker laugh and laughing washed the hairs off.
Down to his genitals.
Human our bodies melted into when we crawled out.
And the other did not want to touch me because of the white worm thing inside.
But no one could refuse if I wanted, and ate the fierce softness in other men.
The cold was around us in our bones.
And I could see the time before the thing when there was green around, and the green taste in my mouth, and the green plant shit on my legs
Before the cold.
And some did not eat flesh and died because they could not live with the thing inside.
Once we caught one of the hairy men with our vine nets and tied him over a slow fire and left him there until he died, and the thing sucked his screams.
Moving in my face like smoke.
And no one could eat the flesh fear of the hairy man, and there was a smell in the cave bent us over.
We moved to keep out of our excrement, where white worms twisted up, feeling for us, and the white worm sickness in all our bodies.
We took our pots and spears and moved south and left the black flesh there in the ashes.
Came to the great dry plain, and only those lived who learned to let the things surface and eat animal excrement in the brown water hole.
Then thick grass and trees and animals. I pulled the skin over my head and I made another man.
put on the skin and horns.
And
we
we
fucked
fucked
like the animals stuck together, and we found the animals stuck together and killed both.
So I knew the thing inside me would always find animals to feed my mouth meat.
Saw animals chase us with spears and woke eating my own hand, and the blood in my mouth made me spit up a bitter green juice. But the next day I ate flesh again.
And every night we put on animal skins and smeared green animal excrement down our legs and fucked each other with whimpering, snorting noises.
And
stuck together shadows on the cave walls and ate surface men.
The skin over my head and green taste and the horns, and we fucked before the thing inside me would.
We caught one of the hairy men, animaled him over a slow fire, eating my own hand.
The thing sucked his screams, green bitter juice.
Those lived who learned to let the softness in.
Eat animal excrement and the brown bones.
I made another man put on the skin, green plant shit on animal stuck together flesh.
So I knew with the thing inside always find animals to feed with our vine nets.
Blood in my mouth made me spit up, moving in my face, like the next day I ate flesh again.
Moved to knee legs and fucked each other, twisted up, feeling and stuck together shadows on our bodies.
Glass
blizzards through the rusty limestone streets, exploded flesh from the laughing bones.
Splattering blood across urine of walls.
We lived in sewers of the city.
Crabs parasites in our genitals.
Rubbing our diseased flesh through each other on a long string of rectal mucus.
Place of the tapeworms.
With white boned faces and disc mouths feeling for the soft host mucus.
The years, the long, the many.
Such a place.
In a land of grass without memory, only food of the hordes moving south, the dark armadillo flesh killed in the cold morning, grass with throwing sticks.
The women and the thing police ate the flesh, and we fought over their shit-encrusted pieces of armadillo gristle.
Glass blizzards without memory.
Only food of flesh was the dank urine of the city.
Crab parasites ate the flesh.
Through
jungles of breath when we copulate with white bone faces.
Place of nettles and scorpions for the soft host mucus, intestines sprouting weed room in the cool morning walls.
The women in our genitals and bowels
fought over their shit.
Rubbing our diseased flesh meat, a mucus string clawing through shit place of tapeworms in some disc mouth, larval bodies feeling the penalty.
The years, the long, the many.
Such shoots growing.
Sitting naked at the bottom of a well.
The cool mud of evening touched our rectums. We shared a piece of armadillo gristle, eating it out of each other's mouths. Above us, a dry husk of insect bodies along the stone well wall and thistles over the well mouth against green evening sky.
Licking the gristle from his laughing teeth and gums, I said,
I am Allah, I made you.
A blue mist filled the well and shut off our word breath.
My hand sank into his body.
We fell asleep in other flesh.
Smells on our stomach and hands.
Woke in noon sun, thistle shades cutting our soft night flesh.
Evening touched our rectums.
Mud shells and frogs croaking, licking the gristle asleep with other flesh.
The cool mud of breath.
And our bodies we shared.
Branches in the wind, his knees, other mouths against the green evening sky.
We laughing, teeth and gums, I said. Hands woke in the noon, sun, soft night flesh, smell on our stomach, thistle shades cutting.
Penny Arcade Peep Show.
Long process in different forms. Dead fingers talk in braille.
Think police keep all boardroom reports.
And we are not allowed to proffer the disaster accounts. Wind hand caught in the door.
Explosive bio-advanced men out of space to employ electrician in gasoline crack of history.
last of the gallant heroes.
I'm you on tracks, Mr. Bradley, Mr. Martin.
Couldn't reach flesh in his switch.
And 0 time to the sick tracks.
A long time between suns I held the stale overcoat.
Sliding between light and shadow, muttering in the dogs of unfamiliar score.
Cross the wounded galaxies we intersect. Poison of dead sun in your brain, slowly fading. Migrants of ape and gasoline crack of history. Explosive bio-advance out of space to neon.
I'm you, wind hand caught in the door, couldn't reach flesh.
In sun I held the stale overcoat.
Dead hands stretching the throat.
Last of the proffer, the disaster account on tracks.
See, Mr. Bradley, Mr.
Apook is here! And being blind may not refuse to hear.
Mr. Bradley, Mr. Martin, disaster to my blood, whom I created.
The shallow water came in with the tide and the Swedish river of Gothenburg.
Rich Canadian bean soup. I want to pay. Let them leave me alone.
Arthur Cullifer as Apuk the Destroyer, Sue Rawl as Francis the Stenographer, Thea Bransby as Ixchel the Spiderweb, Chris Rawl and Kyle Quast as the Master Musicians of Tijuca, Shane Lauder as Detective O'Brien, Joan Hawkins as Detective Hauser, Ian Gurley as Dutch Schultz, and I'm Ben Way. Thank you. Stay tuned. James Oakenfritz is here. Back after a short break.